What up, my peeps? It's your Knuckle Big Rucker back at you again with another action figure review. This time, courtesy of Hasbro Marvel Legends, we have from the VHS series. We're talking about the 90s cartoon, X-Men style. We got Jean Grey here, cell shading, and we are going to see what is up with her in terms of compared with the original version that came out. As you all, I'm sure, are aware, all of these new cell shaded figures are simply put reissues that may have some slight differences, some subtle differences, and the most blatant, of course, the most obvious would be the cell shading, and we'll see what that looks like on Jean Grey when we get her out of the packaging. Speaking of that packaging, you see it's in an enclosed box. This is a VHS style package, so it's to be expected with this, but this is a precursor of what's to come. Hasbro is transitioning to plastic-free packaging, and these VHS series figures are the first to showcase that. Next up, showcasing it is the Spider-Man 60th anniversary, and other figures, other lines are going to be doing it as well. So you may as well prepare. The clear clamshell plastic, being able to see the figure right through, those days are about to be behind us, and for right now they are. So you see right here with the Jean Grey box, we've got down at the bottom, it shows that it's plastic-free packaging. Some nice artwork there. Turn to the side. You've got some, you see how it is configured there, just like an old VH tape. For those of you that are old enough to remember them, it's got that notch at the bottom to make it seem like it is a VHS tape slide cover. It isn't, of course. That's part of the that's just part of the packaging. And then, of course, we've got the back. You've got that digital image of Jean Grey, and there is a read-up which is as follows: possessing near limitless psychic potential, Jean Grey is Charles Xavier's first student and could someday become the greatest psychic on Earth and beyond. And it repeats that in different languages, and of course you've got the legalese. Other side of the box, same thing. Got the logo and Jean Grey at the top, and of course legalese and plastic-free packaging on the bottom. That's how it goes down. This is packaged. This is a VHS style figure, so, and it is of course plastic-free. So those of you that have not seen any videos, any reviews of any figures that have come in plastic-free packaging, I will show you how it looks when you open up said packaging. So I'm coming through the top, and then that's the figure. That's an additional head sculpt, and you see it's wrapped in wax paper. That's how it goes down these days. So pulling the figure out, she as well comes encased in wax paper. We'll set the packaging aside for now, and first we always kick off with the accessories, so why stop that policy just because we've got different packaging. So she comes with an additional head sculpt and an additional set of fists. So we'll take a look at that momentarily. And then, of course, we've got Jean Grey herself, also on wax paper. We'll get her out. Her head is turned because she's got that ponytail, so she comes with her head turned. The other figures came with their heads straight, looking forward. And there she goes, and you can see some of that cell shading, but we'll get to her momentarily as well. Time to look at those accessories. As I've shown previously, she comes with an additional set of hands. These would be closed fist hands. So, I think that every figure, male or female, should come with a set of closed fist hands. They don't necessarily have to be physical fighters, but it's great for more dynamic posing. Jean Grey also comes with an additional head sculpt. This with her hair just flowing, and you can see that her tresses are she's a redhead, and this is kind of more orangey than red. It's like an orange red, maybe a blood orange color, so to speak, and pretty nice. There's no wash in it though. It's just what you see is what you get. The face is looking pretty nice there, looking kind of pretty, and yeah, so that's what we get. Taking a look at Jean Grey on our rotating platter, giving you a 360-degree visual of our cell shaded VHS series figure. At first glance, I can definitely see the cell shading is in effect there, and similar to Storm, it doesn't. I'm not getting the cell shaded effect in as much as it looks like a new design for her costume. So there is that. Only it's not as effective in my estimation as the cell shading on Storm was. Storm, like I said, her cell shading didn't look so much like cell shading as it did a new design for the costume, which I enjoyed. Her costume was very vibrant white, and it had the glossy black cell shading on it, so it stood out like it was an entirely different costume. In Jean Grey's case, she's got, of course, she's sporting the blue and gold X-Men costume, and she's got the dark tinted cell shading, and it's giving off the same effect that it's not cell shading, that it's just another costume design. So but it looks good. The cell shading looks good. We'll take a look at it close up to see if it's clean or not. But it does look good. I just don't think the effect that the cell shading is supposed to portray is translated very well. But that's just me. Head sculpt looks good, but once again, we'll check all that out when we get it up close. She does have additional cell shading that's on her legs, the gold portion of the figure, and similar to the Jubilee figure. To me, it just looks like somebody spilled some caramel on her legs. But once again, we'll see all that when we get her close up. So here we have Jean Grey up close and personal, and of course we're going to take a look at that face sculpt first. And what you see is she's got the bright lipstick going, and when we compare her with the original version, we'll then make the determination which head sculpt looks best. She's sporting that the orange red hair. I could tell you that the original version, the hair was darker red, and this, of course, she's sporting a ponytail, which she is known for from the cartoon, which is cool. And I mean, looking at the face is okay. It's probably a bit better than the original, but like I said, when we do the comparison, we'll be able to get a better assessment of that. Looking at the body of the figure, looking at the upper torso, you see the differences right there, and that's supposed to represent the cell shading, as well as what you see on her her shoulder pads, if you will. That's supposed to represent the cell shading as well. And I guess what the cell shading is supposed to do, like the cartoon, it was almost like the characters had shadows, on their coming off of their bodies. I think that was what the effect's supposed to be, and that's what this effect is supposed to try to emulate. But it's been hit or miss. I still say that Wolverine has got the best cell shading in terms of what its function is supposed to be. And just overall, my favorite, of course, is Storm, simply because it makes the costume look like a different design. But enough about other figures. Let's continue with Jean Grey. You still see some more of the cell shading going down her torso, on her arms. There's cell shading there because you got the black emblazoned over the blue patch that's on her triceps there. Same on both sides. She's got the gauntlets. Her wrist gauntlets are a lighter color than the originals. She's got the X on her belt, which is basically the same. The belt, though, is different in that it's blue with a black line going through it. I believe the belt on the original was a solid color, solid black. And then, of course, the going down to her, we'll call it crotch area, it's black there, and I know it's blue on the original. Then, of course, looking at the legs, you see the cell shading right there on the legs. Short, it translates on the camera. You should still be able to see it. And yeah, I just don't think that it's pretty good in terms of doing what it was meant to do. I don't think it's really fulfilling its function. It just looks like somebody spilled something on her legs to me. And of course, that's all you get in terms of any cell shading or anything else. On the rear, you get basically nothing in terms of cell shading, and just the same colors that you got on the front there. And yeah, that's about the size of it for Jean Grey with her cell shading. And via the wonder of modern technology, we've got the original Jean Grey magically appearing. And we've got them side by side now, and you can clearly see the differences. Like I said, you see that she's got one difference too I didn't make mention of. The original Jean Grey, her shoulder, the epaulets, they are darker blue than the rest, than the blue that goes down her torso, whereas on our VHS series, it's the same color for the most part as what goes down her torso, excluding, of course, the cell shading there. So there's a difference there. And as I stated before, the gauntlets, different color. VHS Jean's gauntlets are that lighter blue, and original Jean is her gauntlets are the same color as her shoulder pads there. And her belt is a dark blue. I had said I thought it was black. It's a dark blue, whereas VHS Jean is got that light blue with the black line going across from left to right and all around. And then, of course, the X's are similar. Legs, only difference there. VHS Jean's gold parts are a bit darker, dimmer, if you will, than the first Jeans, the one on our right's Jean. And then, of course, with the legs, you can see the cell shading. Other than that, that's about it. And as far as the face sculpt's concerned, we took care of the body. You see the differences in the hair color. And on my original Jean, she almost looks like she's a toss between cross-eyed and looking up all the time. But enough about, just the eyes. In terms of how well the faces look, I would have to say, taking a look at them both, that it's pretty difficult to say. I think I like the eyes on the original Jean here. I like the eyes better. And her brows are the same color as her hair, whereas on the VHS, her eyebrows are black, and her hair is, of course, that orange red. So they both have the very bright lipstick. I'm going to lean towards the original. I like the original's head sculpt better. What do you guys think? What do you think? Here's Jean with her alternate head on, and I failed to mention that cell shading is also apparent on her headband as well. You can see that it's black, the most that you can see it peeking out, but right there underneath the halfway point on her skull, right above the bridge of her nose, you can see that it's blue. So you've got that, and of course I've got her with her fisted hands on as well. We're not going to go through the articulation because this is a reissue of the original figure, so you guys, I'm sure you know, and plus it's the standard female buck, so we've gone through that articulation ad nauseum. This was really more to see the differences with the cell shading and the comparison. The original Wolverine, the original Jean Grey, which was in the Love Triangle 3-pack, which also included Wolverine, that's why I had him on the brain, also came with an alternate head, and it was also exactly like the head sculpt you see here with the same hairdo, only it's got that red hair. And I could definitely tell you that as far as that goes, I think I like this head sculpt over that one. I've got it put away, so I'm not breaking that out. You'll just have to take my word for it. That they look, the heads are basically the same. The paint, of course, the paint apps on the face are a bit different. The other head sculpt on the Love Triangle one, I'm not too crazy about it because she's kind of sort of bearing her two front teeth in there, and it makes her look kind of goofy to me. So this head sculpt is not doing that, so I definitely like this one better. It definitely looks great with this particular pose, but if anything, I would pose her with her ponytail because that's how she really looked in the 90s cartoon. And for our group shot, we've got the 4 previous figures from the VHS series. From our left to our right, we've got the just recently reviewed Storm. We've got Wolverine. Moving over to the other side, we've got Jubilee, and far right, rounding it out, Mr. Sinister, the lone villain of the piece. Speaking of villains, we are going to be getting a Mystique, and we're going to be getting a Morph as well. And Morph is highly anticipated for many, and the great thing about Morph is because of his basic blue and gold uniform along with the jacket, we know that that's going to get it's going to get repurposed for Cyclops, so we know Cyclops is coming down the pipeline at some point, so we know about that. So that looks good for our future. So to sum it all up, the Hasbro Marvel Legends VHS series 90s cartoon X-Men Jean Grey is, if you've already gotten the figure from the Love Triangle 3-pack and you're not all that enthused, interested, or enamored with cell shading, it's an easy pass for you. If you're a neurotic completionist and you just get everything that comes out, well, you're going to pick it up. And if you are a fan of the cell shading, you're going to pick it up for sure. Some nice differences in terms of the head sculpts. The flowing hair head sculpt, I find I like that better than the original, whereas the ponytailed original, I like that better than I do this version's head sculpt. The differences in the colors are pretty good for me. Once again, as I stated before about the cell shading, it looks more of a costume design change more so than cell shading. And it looks pretty good as a costume design change to me, but it's, as far as the effect it's supposed to portray for cell shading, I'm not buying it, not at all. But other than that, I mean, it's still a decent figure. I mean, it's on old school female buck, so it's got the old school female articulation. And I failed to mention earlier that Jean does suffer from the female gummy leg syndrome as well. So keep that in mind when you're trying to pose her if you do acquire this figure. VHS line. It's a nice effect with the boxes, especially if you're lining them up. The fact that they're plastic free and you can't see the figure inside, you can actually take the figure out and still display the boxes. So that's definitely a plus there. But then, of course, the caveat is you don't know what you're getting until you open up the box. Fortunately, these are Pulse exclusives, so you don't have to worry about a rock being in the box or anything like that. The only thing you may have to concern yourself with are jacked up paint apps or some other type of QC issue. But we had to deal with that even when we had the windows in the packaging. So that's kind of non sequitur, but it is a point of contention for a lot of people. So that's going to be polarizing for a minute, especially when they go full swing with the plastic-free packaging. Anyhow, that'll do it for this review. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel, and definitely tell a friend with that sharing. Comment below. Let me read what you got going on, your questions, your concerns, criticisms, what have you, observations. Let me know what's going on. If you want to be notified the next time I upload a video, hit that bell, smash that bell. That'll happen for you. And yeah, most definitely go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I need the subs. I need the comments. The algorithm loves the comments. I love the likes. Definitely hit that like button or hit the dislike button if you didn't like it. Either way, let me know how you feel and what you think. So that's going to do it for me, guys. On behalf of Jean Grey, Cell Shaded Style, remember, the hunt continues. And I'm out. Peace.